Hello guys, welcome back to the KP show. We are here with the review of Qualifier 2 and the preview for the final of this season's IPL. What happened in Qualifier 2 was Mumbai Indians faced Punjab Kings. Mumbai batted first. Actually, they were put into bat and they got 203, which seemed a bit less in the first innings after the first innings. And Punjab chased it down quite comfortably in just 19 overs. We'll take you through what happened in the game. Let's start, Pratik. Let's start with Mumbai Indians batting. Johnny Bairstow again got decent runs, although I felt he was troubled a bit initially, but he did make up well and ended up with a good strike rate. Rohit Sharma again, he had one catch drop, but couldn't make the most of it. He was dismissed by Stoinis off of a short delivery into the wicket. He was out on his favorite pull shot. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, Rohit was caught on the long boundary. The this was not on the middle pitch. One side was 63 meters, the other side was 70 meters. So Rohit was caught on the long boundary, and it was kind of a bait that Punjab Kings threw because the previous over of Arshdeep had gone for some runs. So the fourth over was bowled by Stoinis, and Rohit felt for the bait. It was kind of disappointing to see, but again, while batting first, you have to take your chances. And he took his chance, but unfortunately could not get the distance this time. Then after that, Bairstow, I think he was batting really well. I don't know why he got troubled by the slower ones and just tried to do a jailbreak there. I think he
Yeah,
could
he
not
tried
get
to
a boundary,
manufacture that shot.
manufacture that shot out of nowhere. It was a slower delivery into the wicket, and he tried to scoop one, and unfortunately scooped that right into the gloves of Joe Inglis. So
Actually, if you
after
look at
that,
both the dismissals of the openers, I think both were dismissed on that slower delivery, right? Because normally Rohit Sharma would have pulled that ball for a six had it been a 140, 150 clicks bowler, because he has that instinct. But I think due to the surface, especially it was after the rain, right? So there was definitely a lot of moisture trapped. So that also helped Stoinis kind of stick the ball to the surface. That slight, maybe half a second, which actually misplaced through its timing. And with best, or whatever you mentioned, uh, maybe he should have just stayed firm on his base and tried to whack it over, maybe long on long off. That would have been a better option for him on that
yeah,
delivery.
and also Bairstow had a good matchup with Chahal as well. And Bairstow,
Hmm.
as we know, is a very good player of spin bowling.
Oh,
Could have
yeah.
smashed
Yeah.
a few, and maybe it could have been different. But all in all, I think the start was pretty decent. 6 over 65 for one. Then Bairstow got out on 70, I think. Then Surya came in and Chahal was introduced into the attack as well. First few overs, Surya took his time while Tilak was doing the bulk of the scoring. Then Surya took the onus on him and smacked Jamieson as well as I think Vaish or not Vaishak. I think Omarzai was taken down for a few runs in between. And
Yeah.
then I think Chahal took in Chahal's last over, he hit him for a couple of boundaries and a six. Then trying to maximize the over, he fell short at the deep mid wicket boundary. And I think that was kind of the turning point of the game because there were like 7 overs left and Surya got out. 7 overs left and Surya got out. And just at the brink of the second strategic timeout, Surya's wicket, I think, slowed down the innings, took the momentum
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah, I mean, Chahal was actually bowling a bit into the slot because it's not easy, like coming off of an injury straight away into this kind of a game. He bowled into the slot a lot, uh, and on the ball that he was dismissed, Surya was dismissed. He pulled the length just a tad bit back, and I think that was a slider, which Surya couldn't time, and he was caught out at deep mid wicket. After that, I mean, Tilak's dismissal was kind of disappointing for me. Uh, Jamieson is not the kind of bowler who you would think would trouble on this kind of a surface, but he actually bowled a lot better than expected. and he used that slower ball to perfection. Tilak again went for that hoi, and he also fell to the slower ball. Couldn't get the timing right because of it, and was holed out.
Yeah, and after that, Hardik, I think Hardik could never get his timing right in this innings. Whatever balls he faced, I think from the get-go, it was not pretty certain what was his approach. First ball he comes in, does a front foot defense, then okay, he had, I think Chahal had a good matchup against him. So only one ball to let go of Chahal, that was fine. Then after that also he was not trying to attack. Not sure where the intent was last night with Hardik's batting. And when Naman came out to bat, most of the time Hardik was trying to give the strike to him. That is fine that, okay, Naman is the informed player. But if that was the case, you should have sent him out uh, before
Before the
at
game.
your position, if that was the case. So I was not pretty sure what was the case with Hardik last night. I think he got 15 of 13. In that also there was a four overthrows
Yeah,
of that Vaishak over. So pretty poor by his standards. Namandir on the other hand, he played a very valiant knock to be honest. 38 of 17 with 7 boundaries, which I think is a nice inning. And he played the field really well. I think they kept on changing the field, but he kept on hitting the boundaries. And Hardik got out on the nine in the last ball of the 18th over, I guess, to Omar's eye. Slower ball into the wicket. He was trying some kind of
yeah,
a hook shot. The ball ballooned up into the air and into the gloves of Joe Inglis again. So yeah, all in all, I think Mumbai Indians was like 15 runs short on that wicket because Ahmedabad, what we had seen and what we discussed as well, 220 is kind of a safe score. Two
yeah.
hundred, 210 is always chaseable, with or without
Right.
dew. It doesn't matter whether there is dew or not because the boundaries and the nature of the wicket is like that. Then I don't know means what is that means what could have been better for Mumbai. Again, the problem was that nobody from the top three or the top four played till the end. I believe means not an anchor role, but not that kind of a long innings. Everyone chipped in, but I think wickets of Surya and Tilak in back-to-back overs. I think that
Yeah.
completely killed the momentum of the game for Mumbai Indians there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think Hardik should have, being a senior pro in the side, and we know how Hardik plays very well in clutch situations, but yesterday he absolutely missed out with the bat. I mean, definitely he should have, uh, gotten in a bit more and given the momentum for the side. Or if he wasn't too confident about his form, maybe he should have sent Namandir above him. Definitely that warrants a case because we've
But
seen
but
Namandir finish off those games very well in this
but
season.
the
Yeah,
problem is Hardik batted really well in the last previous game, like 2 nights back, like
yeah,
22
yeah.
of
That,
9 he
that
got.
is exactly that is why it is surprising why he would have that lack of confidence. Maybe it was just on the day that Namandir was hitting it well, so he tried to give him bulk of the strike. Probably that's the case. But yeah, whatever it is, it didn't work out for Mumbai Indians. That's for sure.
The most unfortunate part was they had four fielders in the outside of the ring for the last 2 overs because of the slow over rate, and we could only manage 23 of that.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
So,
that was definitely a game killer. I think here Punjab takes a lot of credit. They should be given. Ponting and Dyer combination, we saw it when they were part of Delhi Capitals. It was the 2020 IPL from where we saw these seeds kind of being sown. Delhi Capitals always used to come up with very good strategies against batsmen. They saw a lot of videos and they used to strategize accordingly on who to bowl where and how to dismiss one particular batsman. And they applied it really well here also. Of course, they were not part of Delhi Capitals anymore. Both had different journeys, but then they reunited, and that's what we thought right at the start of the tournament with the auction that they had. Definitely, they still have one problem that they don't have like too many specialists, which is also their strength and also their weakness. They have too many all-rounders, but this kind of planning is what was required. That Stoinis moved to Rohit Sharma. Of course, that was a huge risk that they took, but it was a calculated risk. They knew Rohit would go after him, and in that process they would get that wicket. That was the plan. And overall, also they saw, as you mentioned, there was a long boundary. They tried to make the batsman hit to the long boundary rather than the shorter one. Also, they took the side. Also, they took the straight boundaries mostly out of equation, and they tried to force the batsman to hit to the sides because definitely the sides were longer, right? If you look at the dimensions of the ground. So I think overall it was brilliant strategy from the Punjab Kings, and they deserve a lot of credit for that.
Yeah, that is for sure. I think they have Punjab. I think with this win, I think Punjab is the only team in the IPL, apart from new ones that came in Gujarat and LSG, who have a win percentage of over 50% against Mumbai Indians. Not even the mighty
Oh,
CSK have that. I think they
yeah,
were
we are down.
50-50. Yeah, not even means last year it was 50-50. This year they won both the games, so they will be up, I believe, Punjab in that trade
And
record.
to add to it, they definitely, I don't know if they have a better head-to-head record over CSK at this point of time, but they're really very close, I can tell you that. After Mumbai, if CSK has worst record against any team, then that is Punjab,
Yeah, that's how
followed
volatile
by
they are.
Rajasthan. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
I
how
mean,
volatile they
the,
are.
exactly. And this volatility is actually what gets the better, I think. If you look at Mumbai Indians, the teams that they face, if the teams are very organized and you see that they are traditional, like the Chennai Super Kings, for example, right? They are not able to, have that X factor, and they don't get that above par totals against Mumbai Indians. They are very calculative, so they kind of struggle against Mumbai. But these X factor teams like Punjab Kings, you don't know what to expect. I mean, I don't want to compare them to Pakistan, but slightly on that note, that they can explode and just or explode themselves, as we saw in these two games, the last two games that Punjab Kings played. So, yes. Let's come to Mumbai's bowling and Punjab's batting innings. Again, Punjab lost Priyansh Arya and Prabh Simran for not too many. Yeah, decent from Priyansh. He got a 20 of 10, but not too many runs were scored. Like when Priyansh actually, when he was dismissed, they were 55 for 2. But yeah, and English took down Bumrah, the 20 run over. I think that that was that was a statement made by Punjab that we are here and we are going to chase this down. I think. Uh, and after Josh English was dismissed, 72 for 3 in 8 overs. At that point, I thought, yeah, Mumbai is very well into the game.
No, Josh English was dismissed for, I think it was 89 for 3 when Josh English got dismissed.
No, no, 72 for 3 it was. I checked the Clippers
Okay,
app also,
okay.
and
So
almost
when
it was
Josh English,
7.5.
yeah, so eighth over, correct. So when Josh English got dismissed, I think Mumbai missed a plot there. I think they brought in Santner, and Hardik was bowling really well. I don't know what happened, why he didn't bowl further. Hardik was bowling really well. Even there was a chance that Trent Bolt put down in the 10th over, straight down his throat at fine leg, but the ball just went through his hands and it also went for four. I don't know what happened. Hardik was bowling really well into the wicket, and which is what Punjab Kings did for the entire 20 overs, all their seamers. But again, I don't know what miscalculation or his body is not feeling right or something. But Hardik didn't bowl after that over. And even after that, at one point, Punjab needed 9 overs, 102. And that was the point, I think, where Hardik should have been more calculating. Because that point I thought, okay, 9 overs, 102. We have Bumrah for 3 overs. Okay, even if I take Bumrah for 3 overs, 25 at worst, because there is no Josh Inglis anymore, Shreyas Iyer has to bat very smartly. He can't take him down like the other bowlers, mow him down. So then also in the remaining even he goes for 3 overs 30, then also remaining 6 overs have to go for 72, which is a big ask. Which is a big ask. To be honest, it's a big ask. So
Yeah.
Hardik has to manage those overs really well, and you see the ball is sticking to the wicket. We see that, and we know who the best spinner is right now. The best finger spinner.
Mitch Santner.
That is Miss Sandner. Unfortunately, That over he gives to Bumrah. Bumrah goes for 4 or 5 runs in that over only. Then we have 8 overs, 96. Sorry, 5 or 6 Bumrah goes for 8 overs, 96. And
Yeah.
believe me, I thought we had the game there. There is no way Punjab is going to score because Bumrah is back into his groove and
Yeah.
Mumbai can defend this thing. But then comes the master plan. I don't know who it was. There are some reports that it was Mahela from the dugout, but was it Hardik's decision or it was Mahela's decision? Whoever decision this it was, they gave the ball to Reece Stokely, who was playing the first game of the tournament in a high pressure semi final, you can say. And that's where I think Punjab Kings got the better of the game. Shreyas Iyer took him down for 3 sixes, 3 consecutive 6s, and that completely turned the game on its head. After that, I don't think that Mumbai was ever in the game. I think after that over, Punjab Kings knew that we can take down all these bowlers. Even
Well,
if we
actually,
don't have
that
to, even if we see a Bumrah for like 10 runs in his final 2 overs, then also we can take down the others. And this
yeah,
is something that Gujarat gave us a hint about in the last game. That you have to be very smart with the overs of Bumrah. That was the best part of Rohit Sharma's captaincy. If you see back in the years, with Rohit Sharma as the captain, there was a very set pattern when Mumbai Indians are defending. The he will bowl one in the first six, somewhere one between the 11th to 13th over mark, mostly the 13th over, given how the game is poised,
depending on the
and
situation, yes.
and two at the death, mostly 17th and 19th. That is how Bumrah he used to use Bumrah, and that's how we struck gold in those 4 years: 17, 18, 19, 20. Those 4 years, 3 titles in those 4 years. So this is something. This is a leap that Hardik Pandya needs to take out of Rohit Sharma's captaincy's book.
Yeah.
And I don't know, throughout the entire season, I don't think he managed Bumrah pretty well. And this also causes a ripple effect on the other bowlers as well. It's like you are going to the press conference and you are saying that whenever I feel troubled, whenever I think the game is going away, I give the ball to Jasprit Bumrah and expect things to happen. No. Means what are the other players doing then?
What are you doing?
Why?
What are you doing as a captain? Where is your strategy? I mean, that's
Yeah,
the
and
question.
yeah, exactly. And that means you are pressing the panic button at the first point of trouble. So after
Yeah.
that, I think 3 sixes of Topley and Trent Bolt also bowled. I don't think he bowled really well, but I think credits to Nehal Vadera for playing the field because they brought the field up on the offside and he drove him over the covers and once over mid off. So
You
two
know,
boundaries
actually,
there.
that over from Reece Topley actually got Shreyas Iyer going. Shreyas Iyer was doing okay. He was 19 or 15 before the start of that over. That hat trick six
Ah,
took him to 37 of 20. He played a couple of dot balls in there still.
yes. Then also that's what. And then after that, I think Bolt went for 14 in that over. So the equation from 8 over 96, it it crippled down to 6 over 62. After
Yeah.
that, I don't think. After that, also I thought, okay, now is the time. You have to give to Sandner because you have to defend. You have to cut down the boundaries. I'm not saying you have to pick the
Exactly.
wickets. You have to cut down the
Exactly.
boundaries because Punjab were finding boundaries for fun at that point of time.
All you
And
needed was a couple of good overs there where you had to choke the run rate. Instead, what happened was you
exactly,
considered 33.
exactly, and see, this is something that see Hardik talks a lot about admiring MS. That MS is his idol. All those things. Who does MS turn to when he has to choke the game throughout his captaincy? It is Ravi
Spinners.
Jadeja.
Yeah.
It is Ravi Jadeja. For CSK or may it be for India, Jadeja is the best defensive bowler. You have to
Yeah.
agree. Okay, he might not be the guy with the maximum wickets, but as a defensive bowler, I don't think Jadeja is second to anyone in the IPL.
Yeah. Yeah.
In this
Absolutely.
like 17, 18 years of IPL for him.
Yeah.
He bowls those quick overs, doesn't give away many boundaries, bowls stump to stump, just cuts down the flow of runs, kills the momentum of the batting side. And these are the things that you have to keep in mind, again, he doesn't give the ball, he gives the ball, he goes for the wickets or something happens. Then after that, I don't think everybody goes for like 10, 12 runs, everyone goes for. Bumrah comes in, Bumrah goes for like 5, 6 runs. They see a Bumrah, they don't have to attack. Then
Yeah,
also, after the bowled over, you see, you would say that, okay, the bowled over is, I think they have to cut down the boundaries. Then what will you do? You will bowl a Santner? No. Or you will bowl Ashwini, who was bowling well at that point of time. What does he do? We give it to Bumrah again. Man, you are cutting down your own chances. Even if they see your Bumrah for 5 runs in that over also, then also you don't have many runs in the bank to defend.
yeah,
You
yeah,
have to make them hit Bumrah. How that can happen? By delaying the overs of Bumrah. The same mistake you did in both the games against GT. One time you got lucky, one time the other time you didn't in the group game. But again, this time he like in 5 overs it was like 51 or 54, 54 was required, I think, 5 overs. And you just had 1 over from Bumrah. Even
yeah,
if he gets a maiden with the way the others were bowling, it was pretty straightforward that Punjab Kings are going to win the game.
yeah.
And that's what happened.
Exactly. I think the misuse of Bumrah's overs for sure, and not giving Santner the ball. I think this is what cost Mumbai Indians. Talking about the Topley over also, the field was something, he bowled something, but you won't blame the bowler. Why? Generally, you would if he had been playing all the games, but purely because he wasn't playing all the games, and this is just his first game of the season. That's why you give that leeway to him. But yeah, his over should have been managed a lot better. Maybe Topley, as far as I'm concerned, he's good with the new ball. Maybe he should have gotten a bit more overs with the new ball. That would have pushed the envelope up to the later. Maybe he got afraid to use Topley because Josh Inglis was in such fine form that he could smack anybody there. I get it, but yeah, it doesn't give an excuse to use a world-class bowler like Mitch Santner for just 2 overs, right?
And that too, Mitchell Santner, he only went for 15. That too, the last ball of the second over actually was a catch. If Navandir was on the line, it would have been straight down his throat. He
Oh
was
yeah,
eight
yeah,
meters of the into the of the boundary. It flew
yeah,
over his head and it went for a four. Otherwise, the game could have been dead there. Like 89 for four, it's over. It was completely game over for
yeah,
Punjab there because
yeah.
they had no one because they had to means they had no one to play the long innings along with Shreyas Iyer. Nehal Vadera was the last guy, and that's
Yep,
what I
yep.
think. Hardik completely as a captain, you can say it was very bad management from Hardik this game and in previous games as well. If you see, maybe the results don't show
Absolutely.
that, but if you see the game from uh, if you do that, you can say with surgical precision. If you see the games, then you will find out a lot of mistakes in his captaincy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it is like the team was so good that they won the games. You can just put it that way. It's like India. India between let's say 2012 to 2019 or something. At that point, India's ODI team was that good that whoever would captain would win the games. Not even 2019, even till 2022, 2023 also you can say.
Yeah.
So
So
pretty
the
much on
management
autopilot.
means the management of the resources from Hardik. I think that is the only reason why we were let down last night. And also nothing to take away from Shreyas Iyer. The way he crafted his innings. Okay, you even if you're served the full tosses, you have to take your chances, right? And he took each and every one of his chances. 8 sixes he hit, and all of them were so clean. I mean, he reminded me of Chris Lean back in the days. All of them coming from the middle of the bat.
Massive,
That
massive
giant,
sixes, that too.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And that's how focused he was. You see, means even after winning the game, you didn't see a blink of emotion in his eyes. It was like, okay, it's like it's my daily job. That's what I'm paid
Yeah,
for. So
yeah,
I say, I mean, respect to him, all respect to him as a batsman, as a
absolutely,
captain,
absolutely.
with the
That one
amount of
shot,
resources that he has.
that one
I think he
shot of
managed.
Bumrah's Yorker. Do you remember?
Yeah, yeah.
He dapped it
AB
towards third man.
AB called it the best shot of the tournament.
Yeah,
And if AB is saying that on air, I think you have done something pretty well.
Shreyas Iyer actually played that shot back in 2016-17. I can remember the year. Just on the day of
2015,
the
I think.
game, just on the day of the game, I saw that Instagram reel where
Oh,
Punjab fans, I think, posted that reel. Not official fan account, but some random account that Bumrah here is coming for you. So I like, okay, yeah, this happened once. It's not gonna happen every time, but actually, it happened in the game as well. So it was
also,
quite
there are two.
astonishing.
Also, there also, I think Mumbai Indians missed a plot. Shreyas got four boundaries in that area. You are bowling. I don't know. You are bowling offside Yorkers or Yorkers on the off stump, and there is no deep third man. So if the ball is edged, there is a
Mm.
boundary. If it somehow it finds the gap, there is a boundary, and he got four
All
boundaries
you
out
need
of
to do
that.
is get back on ball into that area.
And he got
But
and he
it's
got
not
four
easy to
boundaries
get.
out of that.
Yeah.
That's fine, but there has to be a fielder there, right? There is no fielder. There is no deep point. There was a deep extra cover for him all the time. There was a deep long off. There was a long off, and three people were on the leg side on the boundary, and they were bowling him Yorkers on the off stump or wide off, and he got four boundaries out of that. So I
Yeah,
think,
phenomenal innings though.
pretty phenomenal innings to couple with the bad planning from the bowling side as well.
Yeah.
And also Nehal Vadera, I think he looked like a man
Oh, by the
with
way,
some
I
intellect.
predicted Shreyas Iyer.
Yeah,
Guys, you
yeah.
can just go back and check the video. I told you 60-70 at least he's gonna get. He got 87. That was a surprise, but yeah.
So Nehal Vadera, he looked like a man on a mission. I think he got two chances. One, Namandir misjudged the ball completely. Trent Bolt dropped the dolly. Then after that, he just took off.
Yeah. Yeah. And to cap it all off, that last over went for 26. Shreyas Iyer finishing off the game with four sixes in that over. That actually summarized the kind of game that Mumbai Indians had. And Punjab won it with an over to spare. Yeah, 15 shot right from the get-go, we could say. But Punjab was actually on the roll, yeah, yesterday, and they managed to clinch their way a victory and into the finals they go.
I think they have bowled pretty well. Punjab, if you see in both the games against Mumbai, they barely gave anything away. Last game also, if you see in Jaipur, uh,
Mm.
they were bowling really well to their field. If you see, and rarely any loose balls.
Yeah.
Apart from that
So,
one over, I think where Namandhir got 20 or something in the 19th over. Apart from that, they were spot on in the 19 overs. And this is a problem that Mumbai needs to fix in the next season. They have to plan out because
absolutely.
every time, if you see, if a bowling team starts to bowl into the wicket or slower balls into the wicket, and the pitch is not aiding free flowing strokes, apart from Surya, nobody seems to know how to
Looks
buy a run.
comfortable.
And that is a
Yeah.
big problem. And this has been from the very start. In the game against GT at Ahmedabad, then again we uh, got troubled in Lucknow. Then last game, I think one more game was there in the Mumbai game against GT, where the pitch was not typical 1 KD wicket. There
He
also we
trained in
struggled.
that game, so
Yeah. So this is something that they have to work out. I mean,
yeah, I think this one would change if the openers contribute because that is the only way that I see. Because 203 is not a bad score. Definitely, it wasn't par, but the batsman still did a decent job. I think where definitely batting was a letdown, you can say, because they couldn't get par, but the bowling wasn't too good either. And I think the bowling part will be sorted next year once everybody is fully fit. I think that also is something that that cost Mumbai Indians this tournament because they didn't have their full strength squad. Will Jacks and Corbin Bosch, those kind of guys. Corbin Bosch instead of Topley would have been a better option. Even they couldn't pick Richard Gleeson again because Gleeson, I think he got injured in that last game. We were discussing right that it may be just clamps, but probably it was hamstring itself. And he just willed his way to bowl three balls in that over.
yeah.
So yeah,
Also,
I think that's
something they have to look for is a good spinner. a good wrist spinner, maybe from the Indian circuit
They do
or
have a good wrist spinner in Allah Gazanfar.
okay, he I think he has resumed playing, but
Hmm.
let's see what happens.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's going to be incredible. But I think they would have to bench Santner in that case if they are playing Gazanfar.
no,
Or they might
no,
have to drop Will Jacks and pack Indian batsmen with Santner and Gazanfar. Because Gazanfar can hit a long ball, that's for sure. There's four only, right? You can fill in only four
yeah, yeah.
slots. Or maybe
That's right.
if
That's
SRH releases Ishan Kishan, you can maybe get back Ishan Kishan and free up that opening slot, and then you can have extra. Whatever, there are options. Okay, so that's I think it with respect to the qualifier two. Let's move on to the final. Uh, let's preview the final a bit. RCB versus Punjab Kings. Again, I think this is going to be a game of toss. Whoever chases will definitely have a lot of upper hand. It doesn't matter what pitch is on offer. Maybe unless if it's completely black soil wicket, then maybe batting first team would have a better chance. But if there is dew, or if it's a red soil wicket when there is no dew, I think batting second is definitely a preferred option. If you look at the build of both the teams, that also suggests that chasing is something that both of them would prefer.
I think they will not give a black soil wicket for the finals. No way, because I don't think because it will be a very toss heavy game in that case. So either if there is dew, then the team batting first has no advantage, and if there is no dew, the team batting first has all the advantage. So
Hmm.
in that way, I don't think they are going to give them a. I think we are going to see a similar kind of a wicket what we had last night, or in all the games that we had in Ahmedabad, apart from that one Mumbai game at the start of the season.
Yeah,
So it will mostly be a high scoring wicket, like 200, 220 kind of a wicket only. But
and that's the
again,
kind of final we want also this season.
exactly. And I think in the 2023 as well, they gave a very good wicket.
Oh, that was beauty. He got 175 in 15. Tells you the the nature of that surface. GT posted 220 odd or something.
214 or 215 they scored. CSK got in 16 overs, I think they had to get 180 or something.
15. 15 overs,
170.
175.
Yeah.
171 actually.
Hmm. So whatever. But uh, Ahmedabad will give you means mostly they will give a good batting wicket.
They should,
And
they should. And that will only actually help to see a good IPL final. Because as you mentioned, if they give sticky wicket or like black soil wicket, then yeah, I mean, it's going to be one-sided one way or the other. That's the problem.
yeah,
Yeah. With respect to matchups, I think one matchup that I'm looking forward to is Kyle Jamieson versus Kohli, and the opposite side, Josh Hazelwood versus Shreyas Iyer. I think these two matchups are going to be something that would decide the fate of this game. Also, Kohli has that streak of whenever he gets a 50 plus in this tournament, RCB win the game.
I think that
100%
streak
record.
broke.
No,
I
no, he
think that
didn't.
streak broke against
He didn't.
SRH.
He didn't score a
Against
50.
SRH. Oh, against
He
SRH
scored,
he got out before getting a 50. Correct, correct. He got at
yeah.
85 for one. He got out.
We
Salt scored
thought
a
that
50
would
that day.
almost we saw that would almost break in the LSG game where he got a
But
60, I think, and Jitesh Sharma had some other plans that he said, "No, bro, I'm not going to let your record break," and he scored that
um,
massive score. Yeah.
oh,
So what else do you think? Spinners, Yuzi Chahal versus Suyash Sharma. I think that also can be crucial, but it will only come down to that if the opening part is a match for both sides.
the problem here is Shreyas Iyer has to bat really well. Reason being, Josh Hazelwood versus Shreyas Iyer. I think Shreyas has a average of 2.5 against Hazelwood. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
And that is like too less for a batsman of the caliber of Shreyas Iyer against any bowler. So I think that is going to be very crucial keeping the things in mind and keeping that it is a final. And also, Prab Simran doesn't have a very good record against Bhuvi. Bhuvi got him out like 5 times in some 11 innings or something, and strike rate is not pretty high. So that is also something that they have to keep in mind. On the other hand, Chahal got rid of Mayank Agarwal 7 times in
Oh,
55 balls. So it is a deadly matchup if you see.
yeah,
And Mayank will likely bat at number three. And Mayank, as we know, is a very good player of spin. I was pretty shocked to see this stat as well. Like 55 balls and 7 dismissals means that's a very big, huge chunk of dismissals. To be honest, like
absolutely,
every eighth ball you got him out. So Chahal also
absolutely.
has a number of good matchups against the RCB batting lineup. And again, the problem point for RCB is whether they want to continue with Liam Livingstone or not. Like till now, we have seen that Salt and all have got them to a very good start. But what if the opening falters, which can happen in a high pressure game? You never know. If the ball swings and Jamieson, with the way he is bowling and the amount of bounce that guy gets, you never know. There is always a wicket around the corner. So what happens if they get two down early? So that is something. And Rajat Patidar, fortunately, he has looked good in the last two games. In the LSG game, also he was looking good, and this game also. The last game also he finished off with a couple of sixes. So hopefully Rajat is back to his form. And also Chahal has got a good matchup against Rajat Patidar as well. Got him out 2 times in I don't know how many innings, but yeah, he's got a good, pretty decent matchup against Rajat Patidar as well. So this is something
That
that
gives hope.
RCB.
That gives hope to the Punjab Kings.
Yeah,
All
Punjab
is
has a
absolutely crucial for them then.
exactly. And also another guy that we always want to have when we play against RCB or any team, that is Harpreet Brar. And in this exact same venue, if you go back when Harpreet Brar made his debut in 2021
He
IPL,
got AB. He got
he got
AB.
AB, he got Kohli, he got Maxwell in the same innings.
Yeah. On
That was
that
his debut.
debut, that too. Again, with the bat also, he scored a few runs, I remember.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. He propelled the score from 160 to 180 that game. And and he's a very handy bowler as well because there are a lot of righties in the RCB 11. I think there is no lefty anymore. I think Pardikal is also not there. Dathal is not playing.
Yeah.
So like four or top five, all of them are righties. Unless they
Actually,
think of
tactically, it makes sense.
yeah, unless they bring in ask Krunal Pandya to bat at three for some reason. So I think apart from Krunal Pandya, nobody is a lefty for RCB in the top eight. Everyone is a
No.
righty. So I think Harpreet Brar definitely walks into the 11 ahead of Vijay Kumar Vaishak. And Harpreet Brar is going to have a very good game. It needs to have a very good game if Punjab has to win.
Hmm.
And that so there was some report that he had some kind of an online spat with the RCB fan and fan army. Not sure how true that is, but it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, he would be looking forward to performing well against his side. And the history
Yeah,
suggests that he has. But yeah, overall, let's try to bring in some perspective. And yeah, I think on paper, RCB is a stronger side. Also, this is a smart final, you can say rematch, kind of. Of course, in that smart final, Rahane was the captain for Mumbai. Uh, Rahane wasn't? Yeah,
no. White ball captain for Mumbai is Shreyas Iyer.
I,
Red Ranji captain is Rahane.
Rahane
Means
was
red ball
playing in
captain
that
is
game, but still he wasn't the
yeah.
captain.
No. Shreyas Iyer is the
Okay,
captain for all the white
okay.
ball tournaments. So
So
yeah,
it's straight away Iyer versus Patidar.
yeah,
Iyer won that round. Let's see if Patidar can win the big one in front of him. Yeah, overall, I think RCB is a better side. Batting first or bowling first, doesn't matter. RCB would be the favorites. But with Punjab, if they get to chase, then they are in the business. Basically, whoever wins the toss should chase. And in chasing only, they have the advantage, I believe. And that's what has happened throughout this tournament. Unless you bat first and get 230, which Punjab has struggled to do more often than not. 230 to 40 kind of score. It's better to bat second. With RCB, they still have chance if they bat first. With Punjab, I don't think they can win batting
But
first.
the problem with RCB as well, if you see both these teams haven't enjoyed batting first a lot in this year. Sorry, RCB has not uh, benefited a lot from batting first. Apart from that one game against Mumbai Indians at the Wankhede, where dew was not that much that night, which saved them. Otherwise, if the amount of
And
dew that
Chennai.
we generally get, that we get generally in even both the games, I think Chennai as well. If the amount of dew that we get in Mumbai and Chennai, if could have been that kind of a night, then the game would have ended in 18 overs itself.
Yep.
So lucky
Yep.
for them that there was no dew. And here also, I don't think there will be a lot of dew. Reason being the rainy season is around, so there won't be that much of a temperature drop.
Yep.
So chances of dew are very less. So RCB against I think the first three home games they batted first. They lost all of them one-sided against Punjab, against Delhi Capitals. I think they lost once that KL Rahul Kantara celebration game,
Yeah.
and one Butler took them apart, tore them apart completely in the Gujarat Titans game. And also they could have lost against Rajasthan as well, but kudos to Shimron Hetmeyer and Dhruv Jurel.
Rajasthan's finishing.
Yeah, so they had some other plans, so that helped them. Otherwise, RCB also didn't have a very good track record batting first. On the
Yeah,
other hand,
that is why I said for both the teams, chasing is imperative. You chase, you win more. That's why chasing is a
exactly,
no-brainer for them. But I
exactly.
believe RCB has got a better bowling than Punjab. That is why I said even if they bat first and if they manage to get a decent total, then they would fancy themselves to have a chance. On the other hand, Punjab, if they bat first and get let's say 200 on 220, 230 wicket, then it's not possible for them to defend. That's the way I see the game.
That is also true. I think the problem is not with the batting. Batting, I think both the sides back similar kind of a firepower, if not more. But the problem is with the bowling. I think the gulf of talent between both the bowlings, if you see, in the pace department, I think RCB is miles ahead given the experience of Bhuvi and Josh Hazelwood.
Bowley is a good
But because this side only you have an Arshdeep, but on the spin department you have Chahal this side, but there is no such uh, great
stalwart.
spinner on the stalwart in the RCB time. Okay, you can make a case for Krunal Pandya, but okay, you can't compare him to UZ Chahal.
Yep, overall, it's going to be an interesting game. Let's keep the toss aside. We know that we are going to say the chasing team is going to win, and that's what we said in the previous game. But then, despite that, we picked let's pick one side. We picked Mumbai Indians last time. We were wrong. I think our predictions were so good up until the end part of the group stage. After that, it's gone. It's gone haywire.
I think we only got the two Mumbai Indians game wrong. Otherwise, we got all of them right.
Nah, we got the Punjab versus Delhi. Although you said that Delhi would surprise,
Yeah,
it was
it
in a
was in your
different way. You
opinion
said
that.
KL Rahul would do well, but without KL, they won the game. That was one. And one other game, GT versus CSK. We knew that maybe CSK would do something, but straight away we thought GT is going to win that game. I think these two, three games we got wrong. But yeah, uh, finals, let's pick one team. I'm saying RCB will win. It seems like stars are aligning for them. They've had the positive luck. Whatever things that generally go wrong for RCB have turned out to be in their favor this time. And yeah, it looks like all signs point to them lifting their first trophy. What do you think?
I'll go with the underdogs this time, the Punjab Kings. I think.
Punjab
I
Kings.
think they have done pretty well. Throughout the season. The number of injuries they have, Maxwell not firing, Ferguson being a crucial member of the side got injured, and all those things. I
Yeah.
believe it has to be Punjab Kings. I mean,
Yeah.
they have, and also with the way that Shreyas has led the troops, I believe it will be only good if Punjab can win it for him, or you can say in that aspect.
See, I would say a team that beats Mumbai Indians twice. and Chennai Super Kings twice in one season definitely is a winner in my books.
But
But
in that
current
way,
form,
RCB also won all the three matches. The
but
points
they
when
haven't played
they
Mumbai
faced.
Indians twice. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
but it's fine. But when they got a chance, they beat them.
They did. Credit to them. But
Also, KKR also got kind of troubled by Punjab Kings twice. Means once they lost in that dramatic game at Mullanpur, and the other game which got washed away, it was kind of a 50-50 game because up till that point we were thinking that KKR is a very good chaser, but with the way their tournament finished off, you could never know that 200 could have been too much for them, maybe because with
yeah,
the
I
rain
mean,
around, there could have been no dew,
agreed.
so you never know
Agreed
what
on
could have
that.
happened.
I think it is safe to say that whoever wins this tournament has definitely earned their stride, has definitely earned the victory. There is no doubt about it. Be it Punjab Kings or be it RCB, both of them have shown tremendous consistency going into the final. Throughout the tournament, they have been good. Maybe why I'm saying Punjab would be better because see, to beat MI in playoffs takes a lot of effort. And if you have beaten MI in playoff, then that means you are actually an extremely good team. Unfortunately, RCB couldn't get that chance. Maybe if they had gotten that chance, then they would have also beaten. But you never know, right? But yeah, just because Punjab has already done it, I kind of have that soft comment towards them. But looking at the team, I think RCB has got the better team, and I think they would fancy themselves in lifting this trophy. So my pick still stands, all factors considered. Yeah, don't get me wrong. If Punjab Kings win, I will be happy. But I think RCB is the one that's going to lift this trophy.
Same for me. I think if RCB wins, I'm a local to Bangalore, so I'm happy in that case as well. But
Yeah.
yeah, let's see what happens.
So final pick, you say Punjab, right?
Yeah, I go with Punjab.
Prediction: who's going to win? You say Punjab.
Punjab, Punjab,
I'm saying
Punjab.
RCB. At least one of us will be right.
Yeah,
So So yeah, so that's that. I think we're good to close this video. That's all that we have with respect to the qualifier two review and the preview for the final. After this, we are going to join you guys maybe the day after the final, where we do the final review. And in the upcoming weeks, we'll try to get the season reviews out for the IPL teams. We'll see if it doesn't make sense to do it now, maybe with more information right around the retention period. Maybe that time we can release that also depending on the things we'll do. Uh, but we want to cover the India A games also. We won't be covering day by day. But once the games are done, for example, the first game that India A faced against the England Lions, there was a draw. We are going to be talking about those games a bit in one or two videos. That's for sure. More than IPL, definitely we love international cricket, especially Test cricket. We covered BGT completely, and we're going to do it for the England tour as well. So stay tuned. There's a lot of content coming your way. Yeah. Up until then, like, share, subscribe to our channel, share it to your friends, share your thoughts in the comment section. Who do you think is going to win the IPL? New champions are guaranteed for sure. Will it be RCB? Will it be Punjab Kings? Who are you supporting? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Share this video to your friends and give us new video ideas, whatever you would like to see. So that's that. We'll see you in the next one. Up until then, ciao.